All right. So goal for today. I can calculate slope given a table, line, or ordered pairs. Okay. We have done this before. We have calculated slope. This is not anything incredibly new, but it is something that we need to go over in order to get to the next few lessons. Okay. So let's talk about slope. Does anybody remember what slope is?
Slope is the. I want to say it's the angle with the.
The angle of the line, right? So we call it the steepness usually. Whoops. The steepness.
I got it.
Of a line. Okay, and let's highlight that in pink, please. Does anybody remember the formula for slope? Or the letter that represents slope? It's a weird letter. Like, it doesn't really make sense.
Say that again.
One more. It's after L. M. M is the letter that represents slope. I don't know why they decided that M would be this word, but it is. Okay.
So it'd be like a mountain.
Yeah. There you go, Bono. M for mountain. Okay, so slope of a line, M equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay. All this is you take 2 points and you plug in the numbers. We're going to highlight that in green so we remember it. You can just box it or you can color it all in or whatever works for you to remember it, but let's get it highlighted. Okay, stay with me here, people. All right, so along with slope, there are ways you can figure out what kind of slope you have, and there are 4 different types. You don't have to draw it, or you can, it's up to you. I just divided up my space. Okay, so there are 4 different types of slope, and these are the 4. We're going to draw a picture for each one of them. So go ahead and draw some coordinate planes for yourself. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as mine.
Always, we're just telling what's slope. We have to write slope or positive.
You can write positive, negative, as long as you know. Okay, draw yourself some coordinate planes. They don't have to be perfect and they don't have to be exactly the same as mine. It'll work no matter how you draw them. Okay, so I'm gonna draw these with the pink highlighter. So if I were you, I would draw them with the pink highlighter so that it's easy to see them in comparison to your coordinate plane. Okay, positive slope, you just need a line that's slanted up to the right. Okay. So you can draw it however you want. It can be moved sideways a little bit compared to mine. It can be moved up or down. Doesn't matter as long as it's a slanted line going up to the right. Negatives going down to the right. Good.
Zero is a line.
Yeah, Pierce has got this. 0 is a horizontal line.
And then
Undefined is straight up and down.
Yeah, undefined is straight up and down. Good. Proud of y'all for remembering. Okay, so like we said, positive moves up, upward to the right. Or from, let's say it this way, upward left to right. Always start on the left side of the graph. Okay, negative moves downward. Oh, wow, I can't spell. Downward, left to right. This one you can just put horizontal line. And vertical line. And we are gonna highlight each of these in, whoops, should be in pink. Again, you don't have to draw the dividing lines if you don't want to, but for me, that just kind of organizes the information a little better. So we are going to learn how to do this 3 ways. First, from a table, from ordered pairs, and from looking at a graph. Okay, so we're going to start with slope from a table. You're okay. All right, so for this first one, here's our table. They're going to give you the values. All you have to do is plug them in. Okay, so our formula for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So looking at that, how many points do I need to be able to figure out slope?
3.
2, right? We need 2 x values and 2 y values. Well, if I have 2 points, I'm going to have 2 x values, 2 y values, right? So first thing, choose 2 points. Okay, so somebody choose a point. So it'd be -1, -5, and choose another one. 0, -3. It does not matter which 2 you choose. This will work. Okay. So then you just got to decide which one's 0.1, which one's 0.2. Let's make this easy. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Okay, I like to label them with the x's and y's, so when I plug them into the equation, it doesn't take any extra thinking. Okay, so what's the equation for slope?
M equals y2 divided by y1.
Okay, what's y2?
Y2 is
Minus.
-5.
Okay, and then the bottom is 0 minus -1. So what's -3 minus -5? What happens there? You add them. What's -3 plus 5? Ooh, -3 plus 5.
Oh,
2, right? Okay, same thing here. 0 plus 1. So what's my slope? 2 over 1 is just
1.
2 divided by 1. 2. That's your answer. Okay, so the slope is just 2. That's all you got to be able to do today, guys. Not too crazy. Let's try one more this way. All right, here's your table. Okay, so always got to start by choosing your 2 points. Why don't you see if you can find the slope on your own? Try it out, see how it goes. All right, so choose your 2 points. So somebody give me the 2 points they chose. Okay, so then let's make this x1, y1, x2, y2. So somebody set up the problem for me, please. Careful, right? We gotta have y's on the top. So it'd be 2 would be y2 minus y1 was 3 over 0 minus -3. Guys, it's good that we're figuring this out now because it's the most easily confused thing in this. All the y's have to be on the top, all the x's have to be on the bottom. Okay, so what's 2 minus 3? -1, and 0 minus -3 is 3. So the slope is -1 over 3.
And then got 6 over 2, and then you got.
I got -2.
Did you use 3, 1 for your other point?
Oh, I added the top.
Ah, there you go.
You gotta subtract the top.
Always subtract on this unless you got 2 negatives. All right, so that's from a table. Let's try ordered pairs. Okay, this is even easier because they're going to give you 2 points. I'm just going to give you both examples. I want you to try to plug them in and solve. Okay, so try to find the slope from 2, 3, and 3, 4. And then on number 2, do the same thing with 3, -6, and -5, 7.
It's no fraction, 1 over 1.
But, yep. Okay, remember y is on the top, x is on the bottom. All right, if you're not done, go ahead and finish up. We're gonna start on number 1 here. First of all, just label these. It doesn't matter which one's 1 and which one's 2. I usually just make the first one 1 and the second one 2. Okay. What's the slope formula, guys? Good. So plug the numbers in. M equals what's y2? Minus 3 over 3 minus 2. 4 minus 3 is 3 minus 2. What's 1 divided by 1? 1. So the slope of this one should just be 1. Okay, let's do the second one. Again, x1, y1, x2, y2. You could flip these and still get the same answer. Not a big deal. Okay, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So -6 minus 7 over 2 minus -5, which is +5. Oh, wait, where'd you get 2 from? You mean 3? Yeah, 3 minus -5, which is actually 3 plus 5. Okay, so -6 minus 7 is -13, and 3 plus 5 is
X goes on top.
8. Y goes on top. It's like backwards of everything else. I don't know why they decided slope was backwards, but they did. Okay, Y's on top, X on the bottom. So you can't simplify this, so that is your final answer. Questions about how to do this? Okay, the very last thing we have to do is find the slope from a graph. Okay, this, yes, can be easier depending on how you look at it. Okay, you're gonna have to be kind of careful drawing your graphs. I know we're not in love with drawing graphs. But your points do need to match up with mine in order for this to work out. Okay, so we've got a point at -2, 0. We've got a point at 0, 1. And a point at 2, 2. And a point at 4, 3. If you want to just try and follow along, that's fine. Okay, there's an easier way to do this than to find each point and plug in the numbers, right? So here's what we can do. Slope is rise over run. That means up, so like the number of spaces you go up over the amount of spaces you move left and right. Somebody let him in. Okay, so write this down. Okay, so from this, all we have to do is pick a point on the graph that's like an exact point, right? So like right here, where it's on 2 lines that cross, is an exact point. And we're gonna count up and over to the next point. So we have to go up 1, to the right 2, right? So we went up 1, right 2. Now is this a positive or negative slope? Positive. So if slope is rise over run, we went up 1 over 2. Done. Okay, so theoretically, you could graph all these instead of doing the math, but that might take a little while. Okay. One more of these? We're doing okay with this? All right, let's see. Looks like if you have 3 spaces in all directions on this one. It does look right, Miles, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have a point at 0, 0 and 2, -3 and -2, +3. Okay. Graph that for me, please. You gotta pick a point to start at. I always start on the left and move to the right because then you can't mess up your slope. Okay, so always pick a point on the left, move to a point on the right. So if I pick this one to start at, do I have to move up or down? Down how many? 3. And then I'm gonna move to the right 2. Okay, so if I move down 3 to the right 2, what kind of slope is this? Negative. So what's my slope? Negative 3 over 2, right? How many you moved up and down over how many you move left and right? Questions about how to do this? Does anybody need me to go back to anything you missed? All right,